Okay, so now we are going to use the selection tools. Now the selection tools are a little bit more complicated, and hopefully you found that these videos are getting progressively more challenging, and we kind of put the selection towards the end because it's a little more involved. So double click the selection tool or file, and you're going to Command 0, fit to screen, and the goal of this is to learn how to select different objects that have like an organic outline or a square outline, and what tool is best for that. So the first thing, using the magnetic lasso tool, select the lettuce and place it on the cutting board. So the magnetic lasso tool is over here, and you can see, oh, there's no video. Sometimes there's the video. Yeah, I guess they haven't done all that yet. So select the magnetic lasso tool. And what I like to do is zoom in for my selection. And by the way, if you hit spacebar, it will turn your cursor into a hand icon and you can just grab the screen and drag. I like doing that. Now go back to magnetic lasso tool. Again, I'm going to zoom in just a little more. And then start clicking and very slowly drag your mouse around the edge of the lettuce. Now you can see if you drag really fast, it will stick to something that's not the outline of the lettuce, and you have to click and then command click, and that's your selection. Now that is not correct. So a lot of times you'll find that using the magnetic lasso tool you'll make a mistake because in my experience most students move their cursor too fast. So if that happens, just hit command click, and then you can go ahead and hit, remember our shortcut key command to deselect is Command D. So you can start over. And this can be really painstaking, meaning that you have to have a lot of patience to do this one because it's slow, but it works really well for things like this. Okay, so let's pretend that I'm just selecting this lettuce leaf, just for the sake of time. And it's not going to do a fantastic job coming around here because Photoshop is not recognizing the distinction between the greens. It has a much easier time recognizing the difference in color, even though that is mostly the magic wand tool. Anyway, so you can see that the Genesis point here is showing up as a 0. So go ahead and click, and it will make a selection for you. Oops, sorry. And then you can hit the move tool. Let me do fit to screen again so you can see. And we're going to put this little piece of lettuce on the cutting board. And then Command D. And there it is. Isn't that funny? So I'm making a salad over here. So that was the magnetic lasso tool. Now imagine if you did the entire head of lettuce, which you will. And then don't forget, instead of just moving it with that same selection cursor, you have to change your tool to the move tool. See, it says on the bottom here, moves a selection or layer. So that's exactly what you want to do. So moving on to the next one. What is the next one? Quick selection. Using the quick selection tool, select the carrot and place it on the cutting board. Okay, quick selection is a little bit easier. Again, I hit the Z, zoom in, because I want to do a good job, so I'm looking at it really closely. This is your quick selection tool, and you can see there's the video for you. The quick selection tool is more of like it works from the inside out. So if I click in the middle, it just anticipates where the edge is, like from the inside out. It kind of spreads the selection out. And again, you know, you can change this to select or deselect different things. Now I notice my edge is kind of messy here, so I'm going to go back to my selection tool, and you can either up here at the options panel click on the subtract selection, or what I like to do is Alt, because I also use other Adobe programs, and the Alt key a lot of times is like the opposite of the cursor. Sometimes it's duplicate too, but anyway. So hit Alt, and then I'm going to deselect that space right here. Ugh. The texture is just not the best on the bottom. Anyway, just for the sake of time, I'm going to again go to my move tool. I'm going to move the carrot. And you can see too that it's allowing you to transform your selection also. So if you hit your shift key down, you can be like, actually, I love carrots. I want a lot of carrots in my salad. Whoop. So this carrot is going to be super big, and I can rotate it. Or I don't like carrots at all. I'm making my carrot tiny. So that is the quick selection, and heck, you know, again. Oh, say apply, and then Command D. Sorry. Okay, unless you have this selected, if you move, it's going to move the whole layer. So in order to move just the carrot separately without a selection around it, you have to have the carrot on a separate layer. So that is the quick selection. Okay, what's next? The elliptical marquee tool. Alright, so this is what you want to use if you have just a very plain looking circle. So up here you can see the rectangular marquee. So hit the elliptical, zoom in on your tomato. Here we go. And I think I am going to start over because there we go. I don't know, I'm so picky. Just nice. Okay. Now we hit the move tool again, and it's going to move the tomato. There's my tomato. I don't like tomatoes that much, so I would not put that on my salad. But if you are a fan of tomatoes, there you go. And hit your check mark to apply the transformation, and then you hit Command D, and there you go. Next thing, use the pen tool to outline the yellow pepper. Okay, so the pen tool has a lot of functions, but it can make a selection also. So, where are you, my friend? It's hiding. Here we go. I'm sorry. Okay. So it wants us to do the pepper. So again, zoom in on my pepper. Here's my pen tool. Okay, now the pen tool will basically connect all your points. So instead of drawing, you click on the point of destination, like where you want it to go. And then it will just connect your points like that. And then continue on. And these handles, you gotta bring these down. Oh my gosh, my niece is screaming in the background. I'm sorry.